To walked out on my date after she revealed she had 5 kids from 3 different fathers. So now she's calling me shallow. Am I the jerk? I was on a first date with a woman who said she was 32 that I met on an online dating site. I met her at the restaurant, and the first thing that I noticed was she looked very little like her pictures. I wouldn't call it a catfish, but she did wonders with her angles choices and usages of filters to present herself as best as possible in her profile. For the deception instantly turned me off, but I decide to proceed with the date anyways. After our drinks arrive, but before our food arrives, while getting to know each other, she tells me she has 5 kids. I know from our brief online interaction that she has never been married, so I pretty bluntly ask if they all have the same father, and she says no. She doesn't say how many baby daddies she has unprompted, so I bluntly ask with how many men, and she seemed embarrassed to answer, then says 3. My response was wow, and we both sat there in silence for about 30 seconds as I desperately tried to not burst out into laughter. I'm not sure why I found the situation so funny. Maybe it was a nervous tic. I tell her I don't see this going anywhere, leave enough money on the table for my drink and the food I ordered, and walk out without any further conversation. I wanted to say you should disclose you have 5 kids with 3 different men on your profile to prevent from wasting people's time, but I didn't want to add insult to injury knowing I was about to walk out. I suppose I could have asked before meeting her. Next story. My best friend, F22, is dating my high school bully, so I am 21, decided to cut her out of my life. So am I wrong? Just as the title said. I am 21, have a girl, let's call her Priscilla. F22 I considered to be my best friend for the last 3 years. Priscilla has seen me go through a lot, especially after my family disowned me for not forgiving my cousin for hooking up with my then-girlfriend 4 years ago. Priscilla was the one to help me through all that, and I genuinely thought she was someone who would never hurt me. But here I am. Last night she was hanging around my apartment and we were drinking. She is not good with it, so she got loose and admitted to being in a relationship with my high school bully. All of us were in the same class, so she knows the kind of things Mitch, M22 I think, has done to me. Especially after my family disowned me. He got even meaner as my cousin was a part of his group. He and his gang of lackeys always physically and mentally abused me. I filed a complaint with the school, but we all know how helpful they are in these cases. Moreover, since I did not have my parents by my side, nothing was done to them and my life was made even more hellish. Priscilla was the only one who kept me together as I started living with her parents after I was disowned, so she knows firsthand what kind of torment Mitch put me through. Back to the topic. I don't think she immediately realized what she had admitted to and went to sleep in my spare bedroom. I was too shocked to sleep, so I went to stay with a college friend. Priscilla must have realized what she confessed to last night and has since been bombarding my phone with calls and texts. My friend took my phone away and I am using his phone to type this post. Apologies for any mistakes. I am honestly thinking of cutting her out of my life at this point. Priscilla means a lot to me, but I just can't be around her anymore. But I don't know whether I'm being unreasonable here. Can someone help me? Next story. Told my wife she's not worthy of the lavish push present she wants. Now she won't speak to me. My wife and I have been together for 5 years. She's pregnant with our first right now. A few days ago, she sends me a TikTok video of a woman over one of those extremist podcasts, talking about deserving some kind of a push present. At first, I didn't even know what that meant. But when I looked it up, it's basically a thank you gift to the woman who brought your child in the world. This concept is and still seems very strange to me. I understand seeking appreciation from your husband for what women go through during pregnancy and childbirth, but it's the materialistic part that gave me the ick. The woman on the TikTok went on and on about how it's a body for a body, which meant the man would have to get a permanent tattoo on his lower body, give her a house and a car as a gift exclusively to her. And I felt that those expectations are very entitled, honestly a little vindictive, envious, permanent tattoo part, and very over the top for my taste. I simply replied to the TikTok with laughing emojis and moved on, thinking it was the end of it and probably thought she meant to send that TikTok as a satire. Like, oh look how dumb this woman is, thinking she deserves all that. She was in the other room when I reacted to the video, so she comes to me and tells me that she doesn't expect a tattoo and a house exclusively for her, but she wants me to dip into my personal savings to get her a car exclusively for her. When I looked at her, almost shocked, and began laughing, I thought my wife and I had similar views on how extremist people can be, and I was wrong. Then I thought she was joking, and I pressed her if she was actually serious. She got very annoyed that I thought she was joking and probably imitating the entitled woman on the reel, and she flatly said that she expects a real push present. So I said that her gift is the gift of parenthood and the realized outcome of a healthy baby. And materially speaking, I'll probably gift her a Mother's Day card, a day out or some jewelry she wants, total under $700, but nothing more. So I said if she really wants an extra car, it'll be our car, not just hers. She pressed more and said how it isn't enough for what she will go through. She kept pushing and asked me if I think she's not worthy enough. But I told her she is worthy as my partner and the mother of my child, but she has to be realistic and realize that none of us, individually speaking, is worthy of what she's asking for, so that she has to manage her expectations because I don't see why she feels she deserves that. What it came out wrong, but I didn't mean to dismiss her as a person. She isn't speaking to me and is crying, arguing about it. But I heard her criticizing me to her sister on the phone, but under no circumstances would I ever considering gifting her a car. But I feel bad she is hurting right now, but I don't feel bad for giving her a reality check. Next story.
So refused to help my mom raise my sister's child. Now she's threatening foster care, but apply my own life to live. My sister died last year. We were estranged and I had nothing to do with her in the final years of her life because her child, who is now 4 years old and might even be 5 now, was the result of an affair between my sister and my now ex-husband. But he was my husband at the time. I told my sister once she did that to me, she was dead to me, and I would never forgive her or want to see her again. I never forgave her and still don't. I have zero regrets now that she's gone either. I never met her child. I have no interest in being a part of their life, even now, which means I don't see my mom as much now because she has custody of my sister's child. My ex isn't in the picture and he is supposed to be paying child support, but evades it currently. My mom is struggling. She's not in the best shape after years of physical issues. Money is getting tighter between one thing and another. She has asked me for help several times. Her fear is the child will be taken into foster care if she can no longer cope doing it alone, but I refuse to offer any help. I told my mom I love her, but I can't be selfless enough to want to help the child. I told her I can't even imagine stepping up given what their birth symbolizes to me. I told her I know that's hard for her to hear, but a part of me will always hate her parents. So there will always be a level of disgust I feel toward both my sister, even though she's dead, and my ex for messing around on me and making a kid together. I have a problem that leads to infertility too. It was an especially big betrayal for me, and I could never be fair or look beyond that to love the child in question. It wouldn't be fair to them.
Next story.
Friend canceled their wedding but still wants a reception. Would I be wrong for attending the unwedding celebration? My buddy Kalen was supposed to get married to his ex-fiancée Kaylee next weekend. They were together like 4 to 5 years and seemed like a perfect couple in love, happy, always doing sweet things for each other, etc. We always joked that they were relationship goals. So everyone was shocked when Kaylee called us last week frantically asking if we knew where Kalen was. He just didn't come home from work that day, no warning, no nothing. I don't know what all went down, but a couple of days ago Kaylee makes a post that the wedding is off, but there's still going to be an unwedding party reception because it's too late to get most of the refunds. Immediately after, Kalen starts messaging all of us upset, asking if we're going. Apparently he was going through something but wanted to stay together, and Kaylee broke up with him instead. Now he's devastated. He's furious that we're thinking of partying when that will be just a hard day for him and he needs support. Our friends are split. The way I see it, I already took time off for the wedding. Our cabins are already booked and I don't know if we can get refunds. We already bought new clothes for the wedding and we were looking forward to a romantic weekend away in the mountains. It sucks that Kalen is heartbroken, but he kind of brought it on himself. Plus, Kaylee has upgraded the cash bar to an open bar. But my other friends think that since we're his friends first, they think we should be there for him when he's going through a hard time even if it's his own fault, and that we'll be responsible if he harms himself while we're partying and drinking. They say we should use the time off to do something nice with him instead.